They never tell you this about decluttering after 6 that it's not just about the stuff, but it's about memories, about identity, about the way your heart tightens just a little when you hold something from decades ago and wonder, should I let this go? But let me tell you something else. They don't tell you, decluttering is not about loss. It's about freedom. And it doesn't have to take months of agonizing decisions. You don't have to spend weeks drowning in piles of old clothes and forgotten knickknacks. You can transform your space and your spirit in just 1 week. Yes, 1 week. And you'll never look at your home or yourself the same way again. Because this isn't just about organizing a closet or clearing a shelf. This is about reclaiming space for joy, for lightness, for the life you want to live right now, not the one you lived 30 years ago. Not the one you think you should hold on to, but the life that is waiting for you, fresh and open, just beyond the clutter. Imagine waking up in a home that feels lighter, a home that breathes with ease, where every corner reflects who you are today, not who you used to be. Imagine opening your drawers and only seeing things you love, things you use, things that make your heart lift instead of sink. I know, it's hard to let go. We tell ourselves that old perfume bottle, that chipped teacup, that box of scarves we never wear, they hold pieces of us, of our stories. But what if I told you that your memories don't live in the things, they live in you. They live in the laughter that filled the rooms, in the warmth of hands held across decades, in the lessons you've learned, and the love you've given. The things, they are just markers, reminders. And sometimes, those reminders weigh us down, more than they lift us up. So here's the truth. If you're over 70, decluttering is different. The world makes it seem like it's about being ruthless, about throwing things out without a second thought. But that's not how it works, is it? You don't just throw away a past that's been carefully built, piece by piece, over a lifetime. No, this is about choosing what serves you now, choosing what makes you feel light instead of burdened. And the best part, it's not as overwhelming as you think. You don't need months, you don't even need weeks. 1 week, 7 days, that's all it takes to shift your home and your soul from crowded to clear. Now let's talk about the things they never tell you about decluttering at this stage of life. No one tells you how emotional it is, how holding an old dress can take you back to a dinner in 1985, or how a book can remind you of the person who gave it to you. Decluttering isn't just a physical process, it's an emotional one, and that's okay. You are allowed to feel, you are allowed to take a moment. But here's what I want you to remember. You are not that dress, you are not that book, you are so much more. They also don't tell you that decluttering can feel like losing control, that strange fear that if you let go of too much, you'll somehow lose a part of yourself. But what if the opposite is true? What if by letting go, you gain something even greater, space, clarity, a sense of peace, and no one tells you how addictive that feeling is. That once you start, once you feel the weight lifting, you won't want to stop, you'll want to keep going, to make more space, to breathe deeper, to live freer. Because here's the secret, decluttering isn't about saying goodbye to your past, it's about making room for your future. So where do you start? Not by pulling everything out of your closet at once, not by dumping out every drawer. No, that's chaos, and chaos is the last thing you need. You start small, 1 drawer, 1 shelf, 1 space, and in just 1 week, you'll be amazed. On day 1, pick a single place. Maybe it's a kitchen drawer that barely closes, or a shelf that's become a resting place for forgotten things. Don't overthink it, just start. On day 2, move to something a little bigger, maybe a closet, not the whole thing, just 1 section. You're not decluttering your entire life today, you're just opening a little more space, a little more ease. By day 3, you'll notice something surprising. It's getting easier, you're moving faster, the decisions that felt impossible 2 days ago don't seem so daunting now. You're learning what you truly need, what truly matters. By day 4, something else shifts. You feel lighter, not just your space, because the things you're letting go of, they weren't just filling your shelves, they were filling your mind, your energy, and as you release them, you create room for something better. By day 5, you might find yourself laughing at how hard this once seemed. You'll look at a dusty old trinket and think, why was I keeping this? Not because it's worthless, but because it's not where your life is anymore. By day 6, you'll notice a change in your home. It feels different, it looks different, and you feel different in it, lighter, more present, more you. By day 7, you'll wake up in a space that feels like a gift, not a museum of the past, not a storage unit for things you don't use, but a home that is yours, truly yours, for this stage of your life. And here's the most beautiful part. This isn't just about things, it's about what you're making room for. More moments, more clarity, more joy. They never tell you how freeing decluttering can be, but I will. It's not about loss, it's about life, your life, right now. And you deserve to live it unburdened. 1 week, 7 days, a lighter home, a lighter heart, and a future waiting for you, open and bright. And if you ever find yourself hesitating, holding on to something, unsure if you should keep it or let it go, ask yourself this: does this add to my life now, or is it only holding on to a life I've already lived? Because your best days aren't in the past, they're still ahead, and the less you carry, the further you can go. And here's something else they don't tell you: decluttering doesn't just change your home, it changes you. It shifts something deep inside, something you might not have even realized was weighing you down. Because every object you release is more than just an item, it's a choice to stop holding on to things out of guilt, a choice to let go of the just-in-case mentality that keeps closets and drawers full of things you never use, a choice to prioritize now over then. And isn't that what life is really about? Living in the present, enjoying what's here, right in front of you, instead of being buried under the weight of what was. But here's another truth they don't tell you: decluttering doesn't mean getting rid of everything. This isn't about stripping your life down to nothing. It's about keeping what truly matters. The things that make you feel happy, that make you feel connected, that serve a purpose in your life today. Some things are worth keeping: the handwritten letters from someone you love, the photo album you still flip through on quiet afternoon, the quilt your mother made, the one that still carries warmth, not just in fabric, but in memory. Decluttering isn't about erasing your past, it's about curating it, honoring it, choosing what to carry forward with you, and what to release with gratitude. And here's something else you might not expect: decluttering isn't just personal, it affects the people around you, your family, your loved ones, because whether we like it or not, everything we leave behind, someone else will have to sort through one day. And that's a hard truth to face. The things we keep now will one day be the things someone else has to decide about. And wouldn't it be a gift to lighten that burden for them, to make those choices now, with intention, rather than leaving them with rooms full of what should we do with it? And yet this isn't just about making things easier for others, it's about you, right now, in this season of your life, making space for what brings you peace, for what makes you smile instead of sigh. Because this stage of life, it's not about accumulating more, it's about experiencing more. More laughter, more sunsets, more quiet mornings, with a cup of tea, where nothing feels heavy, not your home, not your mind, not your heart. And don't let anyone tell you it's too late to change, to simplify, to shift. You have this moment, this day, this chance to make your life as light and joyful as you want it to be. And maybe, just maybe, as you clear a shelf, as you let go of something you once thought you couldn't, you'll realize it was never about the stuff at all. It was always about you, choosing yourself, choosing joy, choosing a life that feels spacious, easy, and full of what truly matters. So take the first step, one drawer, one shelf, one choice at a time. 7 days from now, you won't just have a decluttered home, you'll have a new way of seeing your space, your memories, and your future. And maybe, just maybe, you'll find that the real treasure isn't in the things you've kept, but in the space you've made for what comes next. And here's the most beautiful realization of all: decluttering isn't about what you're losing, it's about what you're gaining. Because with every box you pack, with every shelf you clear, you are reclaiming something far more valuable than possession. You are reclaiming time that's no longer spent sorting through piles, searching for misplaced things, or feeling drained by cluttered spaces. You are reclaiming energy that can now be spent on new experiences, on new hobbies, on new conversations, instead of being weighed down by the past. And you are reclaiming peace, because when your home is light, your mind is light. And when your mind is light, life feels easier, softer, more joyful. But there's something else no one tells you. Decluttering isn't just about removing things, it's about removing stories that no longer serve you. That dress in the back of the closet, the one you haven't worn in decades but still keep, because of what it used to mean. Maybe it once made you feel beautiful, vibrant, alive, but does it still, or does it just sit there, reminding you of who you were, instead of who you are? The kitchen gadgets, the ones you collected for dinner parties you haven't hosted in years, they belong to a different season, a different rhythm. Keeping them doesn't bring back the past, it only takes space from the present. That stack of books you always meant to read but never did. Maybe they were for an old version of yourself, one with different interests, different dreams. Maybe it's time to let go of the expectation that you should read them, and instead embrace the books, the ideas that excite you now. Because here's what they really don't tell you: decluttering is permission, permission to change, permission to move forward, permission to be who you are now, without apology. And something amazing happens when you give yourself that permission. You stop clinging to the past out of fear. You stop keeping things just in case. You stop feeling guilty for letting go of things that no longer fit your life. And in that space, that open, uncluttered, peaceful space, you begin to breathe differently. Because clutter isn't just on shelves and in closets, it's in our minds, it's in our hearts. And the more we hold on to things that don't serve us, the harder it is to see what does. No one tells you how empowering it is to stand in a room you've decluttered, and feel free, to look around and realize that every single thing in that space is something you chose, something that belongs in your life now, not because you felt obligated to keep it, but because it adds to your joy. And here's the real surprise: decluttering doesn't just make your home feel lighter, it makes you feel lighter. Suddenly making decisions becomes easier. You start saying no to things that don't bring you peace. You start prioritizing what truly matters. You realize that less isn't just less. Less is more. More space, more time, more clarity. And here's another thing they never tell you: decluttering isn't just for your home, it's for your soul. Maybe it's time to declutter old habits that no longer bring you joy, the ones that feel like obligations instead of choices, the routines that drain you instead of energizing you. Maybe it's time to declutter relationships that no longer feel nourished, the ones that weigh you down, that make you feel smaller, that keep you stuck in old patterns. Maybe it's time to declutter your schedule, to stop filling your days with things that don't excite you, that don't bring meaning, that don't align with the life you actually want to be living. Because here's the truth: decluttering isn't just about making space in your home, it's about making space in your life. And once you start, you'll wonder why you ever waited so long, because no one tells you how good it feels to live in a space that truly reflects who you are today. How peaceful it is to walk into a room that feels open, fresh, welcoming. How liberating it is to know that the only things surrounding you are things that make you happy. And no one tells you how much it changes you, because when your home feels lighter, your heart feels light. And when your heart feels lighter, the future suddenly looks brighter. And that's the real gift of decluttering. Not just a tidy home, not just organized shelves, but the space to step into the next beautiful season of your life, with clarity, confidence, and joy. So if you're hesitating, if you're wondering whether you can really do this, let me tell you, you can, you deserve to. Because your best days aren't behind you, they're ahead of you. And just like that, 1 week, a lighter home, and a lighter heart. If this spoke to you, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what's one thing you're ready to let go of? I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, and remember, you deserve a life that feels light and free.